particular example you gave. Here the family of the Ejoke must observe that practice because that is the only strategy we know to keep the bond. That is the only technique that we know that can unite this family.
So what will be the technique? Which technique is that? That you will say that this is the technique that as a family we use to practice this gathering.
Is it wrong?
Because you see, the thing is, I'm just trying to differentiate technique from different methods or different forms, or you see. So but I understand that, because in my case I can say no, but it's not a technique. It's a method that we use. We say, okay, we come together and then
what
we come
is the
together.
difference between method and technique? I agree we've just accepted that method is like technique.
Constructive conversation.
Is that not what we said? We just said a method from your own operational definition of it. Technique, it's like strategy, it's like a method, it's like a technique. They are all synonyms. Is that not what we just said? So when you begin to say, you talk about...
I think from what I understand earlier was what he was trying to say is, I think you want to use different, maybe different method in this, your explanation, right? Of what technical and practice. Is that so? But what is it, exactly what he wants to find out is how he goes about explaining that. I think that's why he says method.
It's very easy to use them interchangeably. Because sometimes one will say a skill. A skill, what is a skill? A skill is a method. And then another one will say, what is a technique? A technique is a skill. A technique is a method. See? But now, again, a certain method really,
but also that skill, you should be careful, you cannot go to take, let's say for example you go to Val Invest, the way they do things with the hands. Can you say that it is a skill that is being picked up without experience, but just because they're doing things with their hands, whatever? I think you have to be careful also when you say a skill there. Because when you say somebody has got the skills, to a certain extent, we are talking about having probably experience, right?
Yeah.
But just going to university, can you just going to university? Would you say the same that you have a skills without practice?
That's a tough one.
Yeah, but practice encompasses skills. Skills are not, practice is not part of the skill. The skill is part of the practice. So you practice and then after practicing,
it becomes a part
then you have skills. Or what do you think? Because I think practice is what you do. You see, like when I practice, let's speak of football, for example, or sports. When I practice, I do that, repeatedly. I practice that. I do that. I run every day, But skill.
I think a skill
come out of that. Then I practice to throw the ball on it, and then after a year or so of that, then I have different skills of doing that. I can do it like this. I can, you see. Then doing it like that is a skill. You see. But a practice is, we all practice. We all do that. You see. We all play netball. But there are different skills in which we do that. You see. That's why
I think that's a method of. That's a method.
Oh no! Now you're getting everything.
No. There's I do believe there's a difference between a method and a skill. He said they could be the same, interchangeable. I differ from there.
A method will be like a formula. A method is like a formula. A method will be okay. So we play netball. So which method are we going to use to play this? Are we going to use 4, 5?
You see, that's exactly what. That's my point.
So now, when you begin to practice it with a skill, or I don't know, it becomes
no. Me, I will tell you. I think a skill is when you put something into use. I'll give you an example. There's a sports here. There's a soccer institute here. You know,
when you put method into use,
they can. You know,
you put that formula
in use. Yes, there's an outcome. You know, there's a.
Is that not application? That's application.
Oh, you guys.
No. Academics is hectic.
Yeah, it becomes application.
No, it's not application. It's not application. It's not an application.
Once you put it into use, that is why we have mathematics and we have applied mathematics. You see, when you take mathematics and you use it into finance, you apply it. That's application. If you whatever you have, once you put it into use, whatever way.
When you are applying it, what do you call that? For example, we all cannot apply the particular method. I must have the skill to apply that method. Like for example, I know Atlastia very well, right? Through practice. I went to a workshop, I began to practice. And by practicing, I've developed the skills as an Atlastia expert, right? So now, as I apply my skill, you see, I put the word apply with skill together. I develop the skill from practicing,
exactly.
And I bring it to use through application.
You apply a skill. You can apply your skill to your work. You can apply that skill to presentations. You can apply that skill. So you make use of that skill on other spheres that are different, depending on where you want to apply it. You can apply it in your own life. You say, okay, I've learned this and then skill, and therefore I'm going to apply it on my own life, or I'm going to apply it on my work that I do.
Okay, I want to ask a question. I want to pose a question. Can you say the Soccer Institute guys who have the method of doing those things that he was talking about, like whatever, but only to find that if they play with another team, they're not able to bring that skill? What do you call that? Does this mean they had the skills or they are lacking skills?
No, they are not making use of that particular skill that they.
So they're not applying.
Because you can still have the skill, but not make use of it.
Because perhaps I think
there's something beyond.
You know what? Perhaps they met a team that is dominant. Because
yes.
You know, you might have a skill. For example, South Africa want to play with Brazil. Ordinarily, they have their own skill of doing things. When they do their Kaiser, whatever, they are up there. But now they meet a stronger team that dominates them.
That's why I say there's beyond. There's something beyond. There's something beyond the skill.
Yes.
There's something beyond the skill.
Because now they've met a skill that's more powerful.
So what do you call? That's the thing that I think you guys as academics or scholars, you need to find out what exactly is that. You said a good example, to say, you have the skills. They have skills. They have skills, right? However, when they play versus another team, they are not able to live up to their skills. Do they lack skills, or is the skills mismatch?
No,
there's something there that we are lacking in this conversation.
Yeah, but but the thing is, no. But in terms of writing, besides skills and techniques or the definitions, in terms of writing, is it not always proper that when you discuss a particular theme or topic, that whatever that is associated with that, you discuss it already once you discuss, so that when you go to the next item, we have done with that. Not that you should discuss it and then discuss something else and then go back to that.
No, I think it all depends on your style of writing.
Okay.
You see, there's no fast rule about it. Some writer will just bring out the findings, and whilst you're bringing out the findings, they're discussing. You understand? While another person will prefer to stabilize his own chapter in a different way, present findings, then discussion. But I think if you have a lot to talk about, particularly in your discussion, or maybe the findings are enormous, for easy reading purposes, it will be better for you to just bring out the findings. We know that what we're reading now are just findings. Because by the time you begin to bring your discussion, your theoretical implication and literature into it, you might lose your reader.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's all, we will just say that it depends on your findings, how enormous.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah. But the thing is, mine are not enormous. They are interrelated.
Yeah. Because that's another thing. You don't want to also go to a next section whereby you have just a paragraph. If you really don't have much to support, so you might just like integrate it. You just integrate it. But when you have so much, I mean, it's just nice to give it another section. What do you
I think, the advice I can give to you is, I think, don't get too excited. You can do, but integrate like the way she said. You can integrate like you said that, you need to integrate. Or either, I don't agree when you say integrate. Yeah, you can separate, but I don't think you should separate, because that's when you're gonna get out of the water. Don't do that. Just integrate, so that you're within the scope that you're working with.
Yeah. So would you prefer that I first discuss the practice, all practices, and then go to the techniques, or practice and already the techniques that are associated with that?
So can I ask you, is it developing something?
It's not developing something. His work is on practice and technique.
My objective is knowledge, practices, and techniques. Now, these practices and techniques are the ones that are making my writing extremely difficult. If it was practices and say attitudes and those can be easily be distinguished from each other. I would say practices and uses.
You know what I'm going to advise, because of that point that you just made, because of the relationship. It will be nice for clarity's sake that you bring it out. Say one after the other, so that you don't confuse it. You should be able to maybe talk about the practice first.
Yeah, for example, let me give you an example. One of the practices is the use of medicinal plants. So this is what they frequently use these medicinal plants when they want to prevent. But these medicinal plants, there are different techniques of doing that. They can either drink it, or they can, rub it, or they can, inject it. You see. Now, when I discuss that practice, that they use medicinal plants, and normally they use the roots and the part of the plant, and they use 2 liters of that plant. They first have to cook it and all those things. Now, the problem is, maybe I should immediately after that indicate that, okay, these are different techniques that they use in terms of this plant. They either drink it or they rub it.
I think that is fine.
Or should I say, okay, this is the use of medicinal plants, they use the medicinal plants, and then they also say do operations, and then when I discuss the techniques, I feel like I should have discussed them already.
Because now you think you're bringing the information too far.
Yeah, it's like I should have already.
I think so as well.
I think it's the rub part, whatever you were explaining, I love that part. That presentation was good. Now, previously, he just said that, it's used for drinking, it's used because it's already interpreting your topic.
Yeah. Because it's the practice they use, and then they take these ones.
Yes.
And you see, you can
different techniques and different practices.
Yeah.
One practice, different techniques.
But
another practice
is
different techniques.
But another practice, for example, will be withdrawal.
Sexual.
Yeah, sexual.
Okay.
You see, because this is prevention of pregnancy.
Okay.
Another practice will be abstinence.
But wait, the practice of withdrawal, for example.
What we are saying that is only
The practice of withdrawal, for example. What are the techniques attached to it?
That is the thing. No,
Because
I don't have that.
Because should I tell you, that is very, very confusing. Because that withdrawal to me is a technique.
And then what
And it could be a practice as well.
It could be
It could be a technique for preventing pregnancy. It could be a practice. So at times some of the technique and practice are coming together.
Yeah, but then you see, then if you say then it is a technique, then the practice becomes prevention. And now prevention is an overall practice. You see, but within this overall practice, there are different methods of doing that.
Stop using your words. Stop confusing your reader. You cannot talk about method. You talk about technique. You talk about just tell us if you're using technique. You say technique. Even if you started by saying these are the techniques. So when you begin to bring method, now people are confused. You're using technique. Use technique throughout. You want to use method. Use method throughout. So can you rephrase now? You were talking about prevention as a practice. Now we went on to talk on withdrawal as a technique.
Yeah,
not method. So
if I say withdrawal is a technique, it means I must also say the use of medicinal plants is a technique also. Because this use of medicinal plants
for prevention practice.
Yeah,
you're not wrong.
Okay, then
you're not wrong.
And then I will not be wrong.
You won't.
Then the title. Okay, no, I understand. That could be the case. That could be the case.
So I see where your confusion is coming in.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I did this different methods. I made the practices.
You went to go and you did different methods.
But when I say I'm looking for practices now,
right,
and I already know that